Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting our channel. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so, and we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they come. And together we shall work with our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and Eastern Security Network, to make our Biafran dream a reality. He said, every day in the zoo called Nigeria, you keep hearing that the Boko Haram terrorists have now started, to surrender to the Nigerian military. You keep wondering why and what is motivating this terrorist group who are Fulanis to surrender. The thing there is that this is a new strategy that is being planned out by the Buhari terrorist Fulani Nigerian government, led by the terrorist Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, the terrorist Minister of Communication, Sheikh Issa Petami, and Garba Shehu. They have planned this out to deceive Nigerians and deceive the whole world. But the plan is failing them because of the disunity in the north. They never thought that in Jos, that the northerners in Jos Plateau State will kill terrorist Fulanis. They never envisaged that. And that got Buhari worried to a point that he couldn't eat. He couldn't eat. He couldn't eat. When the Taliban took over the government, overthrew the democratically elected government in Afghanistan, Buhari and his boys were rejoicing. They were rejoicing. It got to a point, one of his boys, a director at the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, posted his video dancing, celebrating, and his comment on his Facebook page, unknowingly to him. He just posted it. And when he started receiving attack, he pulled the post down. He pulled the video down. He pulled everything down. They were busy rejoicing. Issa Patami was rejoicing. Abubakar Malami was rejoicing. And even the terrorist leader, Buhari, was also rejoicing. According to a report by Reno Omokri, he warned against the rehabilitation of Boko Haram terrorists and Fulani terrorist bandits in Nigeria. They are the same. Boko Haram terrorists and terrorist Fulani bandits, they are the same people. They just, they just splitted themselves and gave themselves different names. They are the same people. Even the northern minorities, the Hausas and the rest, have warned that the Boko Haram terrorists and the Fulani terrorists must not be pardoned by the Fulani Nigerian government. So what Reno Omokri is saying is that he warned the Buhari government not to rehabilitate the Boko Haram terrorists and the Fulani bandit terrorists. He has warned them, pointing out that the same thing happened in Taliban. It happened with the Taliban in Afghanistan. According to Reno, he stated that the rehabilitation of the so-called repentant Taliban by the Afghanistan government allowed them to act as spies and enemies from within, and this allowed the Taliban fighters to take over the government without resistance, without fighting back. They never fought back. They never fought back. And this is what Buhari and his terrorist government are planning. And that is why every day in the compromised Nigerian news media, you keep hearing that the terrorists Boko Haram, who are the same as the Fulani terrorist bandits, are surrendering. And the Nigerian government is calling them repentant Boko Haram. The same thing happened in Afghanistan, where they were rehabilitating the so-called repentant Taliban by the Afghanistan government. So this is a deliberate plan between the Nigerian Fulani terrorist government and the Nigerian Security Agency and Boko Haram, who are their few soldiers. That is why they call them repentant and recruiting them into the security agency for easy takeover and runover of the zoo called Nigeria. But their only obstacle is Eastern Security Network and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they think and believe that now that they've been able to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through their illegal detention at DSS facility, and they've been able to silence Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic, now they are trying to act fast. And that is why the surge in repentant Boko Haram is increasing by the day. That is why. That is why they are increasing by the day. If we look at the story of Afghanistan, according to Reno, he said the first people to be evacuated from Afghanistan were not the poor. It was the president and his cronies. So, those supporting Buhari and his evil agenda because of tribe and religion, if the zoo called Nigeria is destroyed like Afghanistan, they will be evacuated to London and leave all his supporters, the so-called Buhari Media Center and all the Efulefus and saboteurs. They will suffer. Buhari and his cronies will all be evacuated. Already, Tinubu is in London, while Buhari is just returning from the UK. Their children are all schooled abroad. Their wives, shops abroad. Only thing the likes of Buhari and the politicians in the zoo called Nigeria do in Nigeria is to loot, cause violence, and milk Nigeria dry in the guise of leading the zoo called Nigeria. Look at how they've been killing peaceful Biafrans, innocent Biafran youths in Biafra land. They have been killing them. Look at how they killed youths to protect the economic interests of one of their own during the ŁKŁ protests. My brothers and my sisters, the zoo called Nigeria is a failed state. And that is why the attorney generals of the 36 states of the zoo called Nigeria have instituted an action against the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, over the government's failure to remit funds into the Federation account. They've been using that money to fund terrorism. They've been using it. Abubakar Malami is even worse than Buhari himself. They've been using that money. Over 1.8 trillion have been, swindled by the Buhari cronies the terrorist Fulani Nigerian government. About 167 properties, 450 cars, 300 trucks and cargoes, 20 million barrels of crude oil worth 450 million naira had failed to remit same as required by the Constitution. They have used it to finance their terrorism. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.